I mean, I'm gonna have a different match at WWA or New South or Retinal than I'm gonna have at OVW. We're live TV constraints there, and then the other places it's a little more lenient, a little more laxed, and it's just go out there and kill it. But I've got a job to do at OVW, so that's been a transition working TV.
Right.
But I'm really starting to enjoy it, and I'm starting to take that to other places and show, other people that haven't seen it.
Right. Well, I saw some New South wrestling, some of your matches there. They do, there was cameras there, right? And they stream. Of course.
They stream.
And then, but yeah, when you get over there to OVW, you're definitely getting, that is a television production.
Right.
They're probably telling you, this is where the camera is. This is where you're walking to the ring. This is where you enter. You got your spots, right? And you can pretty much guess that where you're going to be in the right place, right? Even with
wrestling, it's very, very structured there.
That's where
the TV style. Other places record and they're on YouTube, they're on IWTV, they're, other places are online, but it's not live TV constraints.
Right.
So that was my biggest adjustment, I think.
Right. But with that, right? With that, you become more marketable, right?
Yeah.
I remember talking to Just Incredible. And when he came from WWE or WWF, don't really remember.
Yeah.
Probably WWF at the time, maybe WWE. However, he went to ECW and he was teaching a lot of the guys there, how to wrestle for television. And he was saying, man, that experience I had, in WWE was just a blessing, right? Because he could go to another place where there was TV and work and teach and be an asset, So if you have that in your cap, that feather, boy, you can go anywhere because it's a TV driven industry. Wouldn't you agree?
100%. We all grew up watching that. We didn't, for the most part, all of us didn't grow up watching independent wrestling because, 20 years ago, you didn't really know what that was unless you were around it. When I started, I had no idea that wrestling was going to be as common as what I saw. Like I was just thinking, here, I'm going to get my foot in here. And then, how do I get the next step up? I didn't know that it was going to be, there's a promotion here. There's a promotion here. Like, when I started, there were probably close to 15 to 20 in Kentucky, and I'm probably still lowball. Granted, a lot of them kind of died out with, COVID happening and then just general disinterest in some of them. But, it's really a lot broader than anything you would have ever thought of.
Oh yeah. I can't believe there's as much wrestling, the accessibility of watching wrestling is just, it's incredible. And I can't consume it all, right? I dabble here and and people are asking me about these storylines. I say, I don't know much about that, but I can tell you about this. I feel like I'm missing out, but I'm still getting my wrestling fix, right? It's like, so it's a beautiful thing. There's a lot of wrestling, thank God, right? But
the market's definitely, I'll say, oversaturated, but it gives guys like me that, haven't gotten that opportunity up top. It gives us a chance to kind of show what we are, who we are, and what we're worth,
Yeah, it's definitely good for the fan. But does that oversaturation, do you think who does it affect in the industry? Does it affect the promoter? Does it affect the wrestler?
All of the above. Because if it affects the wrestler's not going to be able to do their work. It affects the promoter because they can only book so many wrestlers. You know, you're not going to have 15 battle royals on a show. And if you do, you're an idiot. But like you've got to have a set number of matches that's not going to get the fans just bored after a while or feel like they're going to be sitting there for too long. You've got to have the right amount, like a smaller number. And then, you know, you can only do so many like 3 and 4 man matches, 5 and 6, whatever. Like you got to have a few singles in there. So if there's a bunch of guys trying to get booked, like you can't just book around scrambles. So somebody's losing out somewhere.